the Democrats concluded that Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas, defying federal law, ignoring the text of the statute, deliberately releasing criminal illegal aliens over and over and over again, that's just hunky-dory. You can't impeach him for that. Every Democrat just voted. By the way, every cabinet member, guess what? You've just been given a blank slate. Ignore the law. When Democrats are in charge of the Senate, the entire cabinet could ignore the law. It is no longer impeachable in Democrat wonderland when a member of the executive branch openly defies the law.
Texas U.S. Senator Ted Cruz joins me. Senator Cruz is a member of the Senate Judiciary and Foreign Relations Committees. Nice to see you, sir.
Greta, great to see you.
First of all, let me ask you about the House impeached Alejandro Mayorkas, the cabinet secretary, and the Constitution gives them the right to impeach, and, and then the Senate has the right to try him. Is that mandatory, must try the articles of impeachment, or is it an option?
So it is mandatory. What the Constitution provides, the House, as you noted, has the exclusive power of impeachment. The Senate has the exclusive power, and I would argue the responsibility to try impeachment. In our nation's history, 22 times this has happened. 22 times the House of Representatives has impeached an individual and sent articles of impeachment to the Senate. Prior to yesterday, in every case in which the Senate had jurisdiction, so there are 4 cases where the individual had either died or left office, and the Senate concluded it didn't have jurisdiction. But in every case where it had jurisdiction, the Senate conducted a trial, the Senate heard evidence, the Senate adjudicated the matter, and every senator voted guilty or not guilty. That had been the continuous precedent for 200 years until yesterday when every Democrat decided they were not going to do their constitutional duty. They would not allow a trial to happen. They would not hear any evidence. And instead, they simply ruled at the outset they were not going to consider the matter.
All right, well, the irony of it is that the Democrats do have the majority. Had there been a trial, he would not have been booted.
Correct.
That was, it was not an issue whether you get booted.
Correct.
The issue, as I understand it, is whether, as a Democrat said, is that whether or not failure to follow the law, ignoring the law according to the articles of impeachment of issues of detention, whether that was high crimes and misdemeanors. And they decided that it was not.
Well, that was only one of the issues. Let's break it down to a couple of things. Why is it that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats didn't want a trial? And it was 3 reasons. Number one, they did not want the House managers to present their evidence. They did not want the facts of the chaos and the disaster and the human suffering our open borders are
haven't we already seen that in all the videos? It's like every night we play video here.
But this is Newsmax. You see it on Newsmax. You see it on Fox. You know where you don't see it? CNN. You know where you don't see it? ABC, NBC, CBS. You know where you don't see it? MSNBC.
Well, they see fentanyl deaths in their communities.
All right. Do you know what MSNBC covered all day yesterday while Chuck Schumer and the Democrats were throwing out the Mayorkas impeachment? They covered the Trump trial. That was all about the Trump trial. That's the only thing they wanted to talk about. And the Democrat strategy, and understand it is extraordinary. In the Judiciary Committee, I lay out all the time the facts, the people dying. 853 migrants died last year crossing into this country illegally. The children who were assaulted by human traffickers, the women who were raped, the drug overdoses, the crimes committed by illegal aliens released by Joe Biden. And what's striking, no Democrat argues, no Democrat disputes what I say. It's not like, look, on any other issue, if I talk about tax cuts, we need to cut taxes. The Democrats have their talking points, and they'll say, no, we need to tax the rich, and we can have a policy argument or a political argument. On this issue, there's not a Democrat narrative. They don't have an explanation. Their strategy is simply hide, don't say anything about it, and count on the corporate media to keep these facts away from the American people. It's why I think the trial was so important, to put the facts before the American people. And it's why Chuck Schumer was desperate to avoid the facts being presented.